Hey guys, so I know it's been a good long while since I've done a video. I don't think I've done one since June, but I really wanted to make sure that, I was using a system that was really working for me before I did another video. And I am still in the A6 Cafe Note, and I'm just using it as a bullet journal. I have a new cover now. I'm sure you've seen many of these covers. This is a A6 folio. It's I think the Hobonichi size from Handstitched Leather T on Etsy. I will be sure to link the shop down below, and it's in the color tobacco. So, and before this, I was using a Foxy Fix Perfect Fit cover. I bought it secondhand, and I think it was a sugar cookie. It was like a light blue kind of color. It was really beautiful. It's not for me just because I was so scared to mark it up. And I just love, just the kind of browns. They just fit better with me. And it actually matches I used a Michael Kors backpack, and it actually matches it really nicely as well. So I wanted to show you guys how this has been working out for me. And I just kind of wanted to show you, I'm all about functional planning. I don't do hardly any pretty planning. I mean, I'll throw maybe a little washi, a few stickers here and there, but mine is strictly functional. That's just what works best for me. And for as far as my family goes, like my family planner, I just use this big planner. I don't even know what size it is. It's just a monthly. I got it from Walmart for like $5 whenever the school supplies came out. And so this just sits on my desk, and it's not pretty at all. It's just, my kids can come look at it, my husband can come look at it and see what's going on for the week. And I just have a couple of pages clipped here for my son, things going on at school. I hate it because my kids' games sometimes got changed, so I think what I've decided is I'm going to start, doing everything in pencil. It just works out better. But so this is just what I'm using. It's just nice and big. My only complaint is the Sunday start instead of Monday, but not a big deal. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys how, my home planning works. Now, if you want to hear me talk about a more in-depth details, I guess, about the A6 Nanami Cafe Note notebook, you can check out my previous video, because I won't really be going into many details about that. So I did get the one with the front pocket. I wanted it to be able to hold a pen and pencil. And then here in the front, I just have a football schedule, school schedule, and a prayer card for my uncle's funeral that we had last year. And then this is something new that I've been doing. I wanted a place where I could have like my weekly review, monthly review, mind sweep, and then morning and evening routines. And I don't think I've seen anybody do anything like this, so it's just kind of something that came, that I came up with. So it's just like a greeting card. I think it came from Target a couple of years back, and I just tipped in some Tomoe River paper that I had, and I just wrote, like I said, my morning routine, mind sweep, weekly review, and monthly review, and then my night routine. And then in the back, I just have one of those Target dollar spot pockets, and it has these date stickers. I think they're Heidi Swap. I got them years ago, I think at Michael's. And then the stickers for the current sports that my kiddos are doing right now. So this just stays tucked up here, but whenever I'm doing, my planning for the week or the month, I can just take this out, and it can just, I'm at my desk, and it can just be like this, and I'm not having to flip back and forth between pages if I had just, stuck it in my planner. So I'm not gonna go through a ton of these pages in the front because, again, you can refer back to it in my previous video, but I will kind of maybe do it quickly. So still doing my index, my color code, my key. I changed it up a little bit, but you know, I'm still doing bullet journaling. And then this is my reference page, my next action. And then, like I said, I showed all this before. I will show, this has been working great. This is my forward planning, because I know with bullet journaling before, when I've done it, I've always struggled with forward planning. So this is my solution for it, and it's been working great. And then my last video, I showed through this page. So this is where I am going to start. Okay, so I always have to have a weekly view, even if there isn't much going on. I have to have it. I usually have a tracker, my weekly to-dos, meal planning, and then notes. And that's pretty basic. I think now I do add a few things. I just go day by day. Sometimes I do a day per page, and sometimes I just, you know, I go like this. So it works for me. I have notes in between my days, in between my weeks, my month. It doesn't bother me at all. If it's something that I need to refer back to, then I will, you know, make sure to put it in my index so I can refer to it quickly. I do color code occasionally, not all the time, but it does help for me to see, like, this is all housework stuff. Pink is my errands. This darker green is things that I need to buy, purchase, anything to do with money, finances. And then my monthly, what I usually do is kind of have like a cover page, a decorative page. This for July, I just did some washi. And about halfway through July, I wanted to do kind of like a gratitude or a memory for the day. So I tipped this paper in, and then this was just my July cover page. I love month on a page. That's just my favorite. And then task, bills, and I have changed it up, I think in September and October, I changed it up a little. So like I said, this is really simple and basic because this was the summertime, so I didn't have a ton of things going on. There's a lot of, you know, marking things out, scratching things out, but it's functional for me. I do a little bit of journaling occasionally. I added in another TV show tracker because, you know, the kids were on summer break, so I had a little more time to do that. I occasionally do a weekly review, so I'll do that. I added in a someday maybe list and a waiting for list. And then this, I love this idea. I saw this, I think, on Brandy Michelle Plans. I think that's where I saw where it's, I don't think she calls it Project Brainstorm, but maybe she does. But this is just like, I have a projects list, but then when I may not be ready to start those projects, but I'm ready to kind of break them down or list out the things that I'm going to need to purchase for that particular project. So this is just like my Project Brainstorm, and I love this, and I just use post-it notes for, you know, the different projects. So this is just all of this is July. I was just working on some different headers that I wanted to try out. So like I said, it is not pretty at all. This is another weekly layout that I tried, tracker to do notes, and then meal planning. And I don't do like Monday through Friday. I just list out the meals that we want to make, and as you know, each day goes, I'll check off what meal we decided to do that day. I usually will use Post-its for shopping lists, and I just leave them in there because it doesn't bother me at all. I've been making trying a lot of different recipes, doing baking and stuff, so when I'm going to try out the recipe, I'll write it in my planner, and of course you know, put it in the index. And if it's successful, then I write it in a recipe notebook that I have. This was just a deep cleaning list for me to refer back to. This was a Friday. I guess I just wasn't feeling any kind of decoration or anything. I just kind of, I don't know what was going on that day. And then I've got pictures, movies that I want to watch, and this is my routines, which I moved into that card up here. And then this is my August. I did the same thing, tipped in a page for memories or gratitude, which I didn't finish. I think because I just didn't really like, it didn't have a ton of room, and I just didn't like it aesthetically. So like I said, I did change it up in September. So kind of the same thing. I did this layout for a couple of weeks, I guess. I did a quote on a Post-it. Notes that my husband had me take down for him. He's a musician, so he was changing some settings on one of his amps. A workout tracker I tipped in, but that did not work out. So I feel like I've really found my groove as far as my planning goes. Like I said, I really need a monthly view, my weekly view, and then I can kind of just break it down from there. So this week, I think I was doing a week on a page. I really liked this weekend look. I don't know why. I don't generally do chores on the weekend, but for some reason, I had a few chores to get done this weekend. So I just listed them out here, the errands, and then kind of like I think I was meal planning for the next week because I was going to be watching 4 extra kids on top of my 2 kiddos. So just smoothie bowl recipes, and then our wardrobe, what everybody's going to need kind of coming up for fall and winter. This is a sticky tab, but these are from AliExpress. A lot of my Post-it notes are. These tabs right here are from Kaiden's Mom Plan, so I'll be sure to list her shop down below. So this is another weekly look, weekly layout. And sometimes I do add pretty. I just doodled this day, I guess because I didn't want it so blank at the bottom. Trying to work on my hand lettering, but I really don't care that much, so that's why I don't get any better. It stays pretty basic. This is probably really boring, just showing you it's basic. I don't know if it's a planner or notebook. It's kind of just my everything, and I just love it. So let's see. Now September is when my monthly view kind of changes. So I decided just to leave this whole page blank, and this is where I did like my gratitude or memory a day. And then I kind of had messed up on this side. I did my to-dos, to buy, my bills, and TV shows, and I forgot to leave a place for notes, like things that, you know, that maybe I didn't put in this monthly layout that I wanted for next month, or notes that I needed to remember, you know, for the month, but I didn't have anywhere to put. I don't know. I like to have a note section. So I was really kind of concerned about that because I had to do snacks for my son's soccer team for one of the games on Saturday, and we had like a peanut allergy and a red dye thing, so I wanted to make a note of it, but I didn't have anywhere here to do it. So I had already created this page. It was just volleyballs because my daughter, she plays volleyball, so I just decided to do that for September, and I had written this on a Post-it, the thing about the snacks, and I was like, well, I can almost just use this as a dashboard. So that's what I've started doing. So instead of putting it in a notes section, I just have like this monthly dashboard where I just keep notes. And then this is just my layout, and I really enjoyed it. And then this is my weekly again. Like I said, nothing's changed. All the same stuff. More recipes. And I will admit that, you know, of course, I've been thinking about what I want to do as far as planning goes for 2020. And see, I've already started taking notes. And I was really considering the Mega Hobonichi weeks. And the reason is because it had the monthly already done. It has, you know, of course, a weekly view, and then a ton of note pages, which I figured I could use for my dailies and, you know, my notes and everything. So I purchased one off JetPens, and it came in, and I sold it because it's so tiny. I love the A6 size. That is my size. I know it is. So I've been doing a lot of research, and I really loved using the A6 Hobonichi Techo, but I don't need a day per page. And then, you know, what about my notes? You know, things like that. So I know that they're doing I think it's called Day Free, the A6 Hobonichi Techo. And that would be perfect because it has the this kind of Calendex view, which I could use for my forward planning. It has the monthlies already drawn out. I would just have to draw out my weeklies, you know, do my dailies and my notes. But the problem with that one is that I think it only has 175 like blank note pages, and I'm just afraid that wouldn't be enough. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stick with this. I really don't like, you know, some weeks I'm feeling lazy. I'm like, oh, I really don't want to draw my week, or, you know, the next month's coming up, and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to draw out my month, you know. But I haven't found a system that has really worked for me the way that this has, where I can have my monthly, my weekly, my dailies, and note pages all in one notebook. And that's what I love. So if you guys have any suggestions, think of anything A6 size that might work for me, you know, I'd love to hear suggestions. So this is October. I've got my dashboard ready. I've got my page ready for my, you know, gratitude memory tracker. One thing I did change on my weekly, again, this has to do with like my kids. Well, and that didn't have to do with my kids necessarily, but I know last month when I had snacks, I didn't really have anywhere on the calendar to write it down. You know, I did have a note up, you know, on my dashboard, but I also wanted to be able to see it in that week. So I left instead of putting like October here, I left it kind of blank where I could make a note of things that needed to happen, you know, this week. So this is a Halloween kit that I had from last year, Planner Kate. That's where that one's from. And then this week I'm trying a different layout. So I've got my week set up this way, but I've still got my tracker to do to buy meals, notes, and then my dailies will go from there. And I already have a recipe, and I actually made that this morning. They're really good banana muffins. So and then I have the rest of it just blank. I've got sticky notes. These are from AliExpress. These are from Hobby Lobby I got years ago. So that's all. I was gonna say I don't have it like that right now because we're already going into October tomorrow, but generally what I do is I will have, you know, as the weeks go, I'll have my Ollie clip to my month and the current week I'm on. And then as the days go on throughout the week, I will clip this paper clip right on my current week to the current day, so that I can flip between, you know, my current month, my current week, and my current day really quickly. So that's it. I really, really love this. Like I said, I mean, I've been using it since June. We're in October. I don't feel like changing. Like I said, if I could find something that's, I mean, the A6 Hobonichi Tejo day free would be absolutely perfect if they would have left 365 blank note pages, or I mean, I don't even know if 200 would make a difference. I know it's 175, but I don't know that I could make it work. It doesn't seem like enough pages. So I think I'll just end up doing this one again. I should be able to make it to December. I was hoping I could use it a whole entire year, like June 2019 to May 2019, but I mean May 2020. But I don't think that's going to happen, which is cool. I'll just get a new one, and hopefully, I think I should definitely make it to December though. So I hope this video wasn't too boring. I feel like I kind of rambled on, and I apologize. I didn't really prepare very well for this. I didn't make notes or anything. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. And thanks for watching.